A battle between two first-place teams as the Braves travel to the Bronx to take on the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Grandmaster Cap, the former first-round pick for the Yankees, was on the mound for them, making his sixth start of the season, and things would not start off well for him. First batter of the game, Ender Inciarte hits one up the middle. Castro cannot handle it. Inciarte's on first with a single. Then he proceeds to swipe second base, gets his fleet feet sliding into second base, and it's going to be a runner on second in scoring position. Freddie Freeman will then pop one up into shallow left center field. The shortstop Torres goes back for what looks like a can of corn, but he drops it, and Freeman's on first. So second and third after a ground out moves them over, and then Danny Valencia with a clutch hit gets it into the left center field gap. He would get himself into a second base on a stand-up double, drives in 2 runs. 2-0 Braves is your score. Aaron Blair was making his sixth start of the year. He's 2-0 with a 2.43 ERA so far. And he's facing Chris Carter in the bottom half of the second. Goes down swinging on the changeup. Next batter up is Greg Bird. Another first baseman. Another strikeout. Curveball outside half. Next batter up is Starlin Castro. He's going down to the curveball. Looking at that one. Cannot get the bat off his shoulder. Strikes at the side is what Aaron Blair does. Move on to the top half of the third where Dansby Swanson hits one down the third baseline. Headley cannot handle it, and it's a runner on first in Swanson. Brings up Freddie Freeman, who hits a laser over the head of the second baseman Castro. Swanson goes first to third on the play, so it is runners on the corners for the Braves as Matt Kemp comes to the plate, and this time he's going yard. Left center field into the bleachers. It's a 3-run shot for Matt Kemp, and just like that, the Braves lead this one 5-0 here in the Bronx as Kemp connects for his 5th home run on the season. Move on to the top half of the fourth now, where Ender Inciarte, 2-2 count, is going to bloop one into left field. That's in front of Aaron Hicks. So runner on first in the speedy Inciarte as Adam Warren comes out of the bullpen to replace Grandmaster Cap. Inciarte, though, then goes and steals second base. He's in scoring position. Freddie Freeman doesn't need it, though, as he proceeds to hit an absolute laser line drive shot into the right field seats, right center, as Freddie Freeman makes it a 7-0 Atlanta Braves lead on his 8th home run of the season. As we jump into the bottom half of the 5th, Aaron Blair, runner on second, 2 outs. Hicks hits a grounder down the third base line. Garcia tries the jump throw, cannot get him out. So it's runners on the corners, 2 outs, but then Jacoby Ellsbury hits a dribbler back to Blair, fires over to first, and he gets out of the jam. No runs come across, still 7-0. Bottom half of the 7th, however, Gary Sanchez bloops one over Freddie Freeman, who didn't even react to the ball. And Sanchez is on first base, brings up Chris Carter. He hits one into right field for another base knock, as Valencia has some trouble with it in right field, so it's first and second. 2 on as Greg Bird then draws a walk. Bases loaded for the Braves. Blair no out, trying to work out of it, and Starlin Castro hits one past Garcia into left field. 2 runs come across. It's a 2 RBI single for Castro. 7-2 Braves is the score. And then Joe Biagini would come out of the bullpen, former Blue Jays, facing another AL East team, as Aaron Hicks would then pop up into left field. That is now 1 down. Runners stay at first and second. Jacoby Ellsbury then comes up, goes down, looking on the slider outside half, 2 down. And then Ronald Torres comes to the plate. He draws a walk, so it's bases loaded, 2 outs, 4s at any plate. And the 1-2 count is grounded right at Albies by McCutchen, and Biagini gets out of the jam. Still 7-2 as we move on to the top half of the 8th, where Ernesto Fieri comes out of the pen for the Yankees. Roberto Perez does what he does and draws a walk. He's on first base, brings up Albies. He hits a hot shot right at Castro, or not right at him, but he does have to dive for it a bit, cannot hold on to it, so it's first and second. Then Zach Granite comes to the plate. Wild pitch, kicks over towards the dugout. Runners move up to second and third. And then Granite, still at the plate, is going to hit one into right field in front of McCutchen. 1 run comes in. It is now an 8-2 ball game, as the other runner decides to hold up at third base. So runners on the corners as Granite, with no mercy, decides to go and swipe second, even though they are up by 6. So runners on second and third as Inciarte hits one off the ankle of Fieri. 1 run comes in. It is now a 9-2 Braves lead. Swanson then comes up, and he bloops one into right field, lands in front of McCutchen. Inciarte goes first, the third runner comes in. It's now a 10-2 game. Runners on the corners, 2 out, and Freddie Freeman going Yabo again. Upper deck shot, right field, just barely stays fair. His second home run of the game. 13-2 is your score, 9th home run of the season. As we move on to the bottom half of the 9th, where it's not a safe situation, so Chris Medlin comes out of the pen, gets into a bit of a jam, gives up a run, but then would get a ground ball with runners on first and second and 1 out. Garcia to Albies to Freeman with the scoop, as that is how this ball game ends, as the New York Yankees fall to the Atlanta Braves, as the Braves improve to 17-11 on the season, and the New York Yankees drop to 18-12. Player of the game honors obviously went to Freddie Freeman, who was 3 for 5 on the day with 2 home runs, 5 RBI, scored 4 times as well. Ender Inciarte had a great day, 3 for 5. Matt Kemp, his 1 hit was a 3-run shot. Danny Valencia had a 2-run double, he was 2 for 5. Aaron Blair improves to 3-0. James Caprillion drops to 3-2. 13-3 is your final. And with that being said, it's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Atlanta Braves Baseball. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying goodbye.